Someone you love is gone, and for a moment, you just stand there. You don't know what to do. You don't know what to feel. That silence, that stillness, it's not weakness. But here's something most people never think about. In the moment a person dies, in those very first seconds, something extraordinary happens inside the body. Something science is still trying to fully explain. In the first 3 seconds after the heart stops, the brain doesn't go quiet. It actually does the opposite. Scientists have recorded a sudden, massive surge of electrical activity, neurons firing all at once, like a final storm. Researchers call it a terminal lucidity burst, and nobody fully understands why it happens. Some think it's the brain desperately trying to restart. Others think it might be connected to something far more personal. We'll come back to that. Then the heart stops. Not gradually, it just stops. Blood pressure collapses. The lungs stop exchanging oxygen. Everything that kept you alive for decades shuts down in seconds. Without oxygen, your brain cells begin dying. And this happens fast. Within 4 to 6 minutes, the damage starts becoming irreversible. This is exactly why CPR matters. Every second you act is a second of brain you save. Meanwhile, the body begins to cool. The scientific term is algor mortis, the cooling of death. The body loses roughly 1 degree Celsius every hour until it matches the temperature of the room around it, like a fire slowly going out. 2 to 6 hours later, rigor mortis begins. The muscles run out of the chemical energy that keeps them relaxed, and without that energy, they lock. The body goes rigid, hard, completely stiff. Then, 24 to 48 hours later, they release again. The body softens once more. But here is where it gets truly fascinating. The bacteria living in your gut, the trillions of microbes that helped you digest food your entire life, they don't die with you. They keep going, and they start digesting you from the inside out. Scientists call this autolysis self-digestion. Your own enzymes released from burst cells begin breaking down your tissues. Your eyes dilate fully, and within hours, they begin to cloud over, losing moisture, losing shape. The body that carried you through every moment of your life begins its final transformation. Decomposition, nature's recycling system, ancient, unstoppable, and, in its own way, beautiful. Because here is the truth. Everything you are, every atom in your body, does not disappear. It scatters. It drifts into the soil, into the air, into the water. Your carbon becomes part of grass, part of trees, part of other living things. You do not end. You transform. But here is the part nobody talks about. Some people, clinically dead, no heartbeat, no brain activity, are brought back, resuscitated after minutes without a pulse. And when they wake up, they report things. Things that should not be possible. Out-of-body experiences. Watching the doctors from above the operating table. A tunnel of light. Seeing people they loved who had already died. Feeling, and this word comes up again and again, peace. A peace unlike anything they felt while alive. Science is divided. Some researchers say these are hallucinations, the dying brain creating images as it shuts down. Others point to documented cases where patients described accurate details of their resuscitation that they had no way of knowing, things they saw while unconscious, while flatlined. Remember that final brain surge we talked about? Some researchers believe that explosion of neural activity happening in the very moment of death might be what creates those visions. That the last thing your brain does is give you something to see, something to feel. One final gift. We don't know. And that is the honest answer. Science has mapped the physical process of death with incredible precision. But what happens in that last surge of the brain, in that final moment of consciousness, remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in all of human knowledge. What we do know is this: you are made of atoms that are billions of years old. Atoms forged in dying stars, scattered across the universe, assembled by pure chance into you, into someone who thinks, who feels, who loves, who grieves. Every second you are alive is a miracle of chemistry, of physics, of ancient cosmic history. Your atoms will live on, in ways we cannot predict, in places we cannot imagine. Death is not the end of matter. It is just a transformation. Don't waste the time you have before it.